He was born into a family with a proud boxing tradition. Both his father and his uncle wanted him to put on the gloves and carry on that legacy. But instead of stepping into the boxing ring, Saquon Barkley stepped onto the football field, and fortunately he did. At Penn State University, he shattered numerous records and became a cornerstone of the New York Giants in the NFL. But injuries came, leading to a decision that changed everything. "I'd have a hard time sleeping if Saquon went to Philadelphia," a Giants fan once said. And then it happened. Saquon signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, rewriting his entire story. He accounted for 36.6% of the team's total offensive yards, broke the NFL rushing record, and capped the season with a Super Bowl championship. From a boxing family to a football dream. Growing up in the Bronx, Saquon once dreamed of becoming a professional boxer, or rather, that was his family's dream. His father, Aleb Barkley, was a professional boxer, and his great-uncle Iran Barkley was a three-division world champion. Saquon often went with his father to the gym, smelling the leather gloves and hearing fists pound the heavy bag that was his home. His father even took him out onto the street, put gloves on him, and had him spar with other kids. But Saquon was different from the rest of the gym. He said, "If football didn't work out, I'd probably box. But honestly, I don't like getting hit." He wanted more space, he wanted to run. And then an opportunity came. In 2001, when Saquon was still a child, his family left the Bronx and moved to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. They later relocated to Allentown before finally settling in Copley in 2005. There, Saquon attended Whitehall High School, a school known for producing NFL talent. At first, he didn't stand out, but everything changed between his sophomore and junior years. His muscles, speed, and explosiveness all took off. At just 17 years old, Barkley rushed for nearly 2,000 yards in a single season and scored over 30 touchdowns, numbers that left scouts in awe. It was there that the boy from the Bronx finally discovered his true dream, the NFL. In 2015, Saquon Barkley joined Penn State University, often called Running Back University. It didn't take long for him to make his mark. In his freshman year alone, Barkley rushed for over 1,000 yards, scored 7 touchdowns, and was named the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. But 2016 was the year that truly defined him. With 1,496 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns, Barkley led Penn State to a Big Ten championship and was honored as the conference's Offensive Player of the Year. His explosive acceleration, incredible change of direction, and gravity-defying leaps made him a national sensation. By 2017, Barkley had reached the peak of college football. He continued to break records, earned a Heisman Trophy nomination, and became a symbol of resilience and determination. From a kid who once faced poverty, he rose to become the pride of Pennsylvania. In 2018, Saquon Barkley entered the NFL draft and was selected second overall by the New York Giants, one of the highest draft picks ever used on a running back in league history. In his rookie season, he accomplished the unthinkable: 1,307 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, 91 receptions, and over 2,000 total yards from scrimmage. He was named the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, earned a spot in the Pro Bowl, and instantly became the new face of New York football. Analysts called him a human highlight reel, a walking collection of impossible plays. With his chiseled physique, lightning speed, and relentless determination, Barkley made fans believe that the Giants had finally found their next superstar, the kind of player they hadn't seen since the Eli Manning era. In 2019, while playing at the peak of his career, Saquon suffered a serious ankle injury. Then in 2020, during just the second week of the season, tragedy struck again: a torn ACL. His season ended almost before it even began. In 2021, he re-injured his ankle. The Giants were in disarray, the offense struggled, and every time Barkley touched the ball, defenders swarmed him. Many believed his prime was over. And then, something miraculous happened. In the 2022 season, Barkley came back stronger than ever. He rushed for 1,312 yards, scored 10 touchdowns, and became the key to leading the Giants to their first playoff appearance in 6 years. The entire NFL took notice. Barkley didn't just return, he was reborn. His explosive runs, his ability to break through defenses, and his unshakable leadership brought him back into the league's elite ranks of running backs. The playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings was the ultimate proof. Barkley scored 2 touchdowns, leading the Giants to a thrilling 31-24 victory. As the final whistle blew, he looked up toward the stands, where thousands of fans chanted his name, a moment that wasn't just about football, but about resilience, redemption, and heart. Yet after everything, the bond between Barkley and the Giants ended in heartbreak. After several seasons of dedication and perseverance, the New York front office still hesitated to offer him a long-term deal. Barkley felt disrespected and deeply hurt. Then, in March 2024, the shockwave hit. Saquon Barkley signed a 3-year, $37.75 million contract with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Giants' archrival. The entire city of New York erupted. Fans felt betrayed, while Barkley remained silent. He only posted one sentence on social media: "I didn't pick sides. I picked the path to win." It wasn't just a career decision, it was a declaration of war. A historic season with the Eagles. In his very first game, Barkley scored 3 touchdowns and rushed for 109 yards. Against his former team, the Giants, he dominated, racking up 176 yards and silencing the entire stadium. By Week 14, he broke LeSean McCoy's franchise record, surpassed 2,000 rushing yards, and became only the 9th player in NFL history to achieve that milestone. Regular season summary: a 2,283 total yards. It accounted for 36.6% of the team's total offense. A named first-team All-Pro and Offensive Player of the Year. A finished third in MVP voting. That postseason, the Eagles stormed through the playoffs with unstoppable momentum. Barkley was the heart and soul of the offense, constantly delivering explosive plays that changed the course of games. The 2025 Super Bowl became a moment for the ages. In the fourth quarter, Barkley scored a crucial touchdown that gave the Eagles the lead. When the clock hit 0, he dropped to his knees at midfield, tears streaming down his face. From a poor kid in the Bronx, he had climbed to the top of the world. The Philadelphia Eagles were crowned Super Bowl champions, and Saquon Barkley was named Super Bowl MVP. The entire nation chanted his name. The entire NFL bowed to the man who had overcome every setback to become a living legend. Barkley finished the season and playoffs with 2,857 total yards, an all-time NFL record. On March 4, 2025, the Eagles extended his contract for 2 more years worth $41.2 million, making him the highest-paid running back in NFL history. When asked how he felt, he simply smiled and said, "It feels pretty good." Saquon Barkley could have been a boxer, but instead, the NFL got a superstar. He once said, "I don't just want to be remembered for the yards I ran, but for the way I inspired others." And he truly did. From a family of boxing champions to a football dream, from devastating injuries to Super Bowl glory, Saquon Barkley's journey is an epic of resilience, faith, and relentless ambition. He didn't just write his own story, he carved his name into NFL history. A legend has been born. And his story is still being written. "No one can define me by my failures. I'll write my own story."